What's up guys, welcome to Boot Wizard Boot Reviews. My name's James and today we are myth busters. This is the biggest myth in football boots. This is bigger than the Loch Ness Monster, bigger than Bigfoot, because I can 100% disprove that this actually happens. This is not a thing, I promise you. For a myth that big, what could I be talking about? I am, of course, talking about boots by position. This does not exist, and I'm going to prove today why that's the case, or I'm at least going to tell you why that's the case. So if you don't know, boots by position is the idea that if you play a certain position, you have to wear a certain boot, or if you play a certain position, you will get a certain benefit from wearing a boot. The biggest one that's perpetrated to all of us by the companies en masse is the speed boot. Will the speed boot make you faster? Absolutely not, but we are told that if you are a winger, a fullback, a pacey striker, you need a speed boot. Now, some of you are probably sat there thinking, well, yeah, like I know this, you know this, why are we even talking about it? Well, the reason we're talking about it is because gradually, as Boot Wizard gets bigger, more and more people are contacting me for advice. What boots should they buy? Things like that. Some of it down in the comments of my videos, some of it through Instagram, through Twitter, through my email. And I respond to everybody. I have no problems with these questions. But something that comes up a lot is people go, hi, I'm looking to get a pair of boots. I have X amount of money. I play as a striker. Which boot should I get? Or, hi, I'm looking to get a good pair of boots for a defender. Or, hi, what's a good pair of boots for a central midfielder? Now, I'm happy to give everybody advice on what I think the best boot for them to go out and buy based on their budget is. However, I'm never going to give advice based on you're a winger. Like, oh, I play like Cristiano Ronaldo. I hear that a lot. It doesn't matter. Your foot type, how your feet fit in these boots, how you want the boot to feel next to your foot when you're kicking a ball, the traction in the ground, it's all 1,000 times more important than the position you play. So let's break them down. Let's get these boot categories up here and see what the differences are. So here we've got a pair of X99. So this is the F50 inspired kind of remake that Adidas dropped fairly recently. It's a super lightweight boot, it's very thin, it has aggressive traction, this has all the hallmarks of a speed boot. And the reason that I use terms like speed boot, control boot, and I use them to define and describe things is because it gives you a really good idea of what to expect when you're buying a boot. So if you have to buy a boot fairly blind, maybe you don't have a local shop, you can't go down and try them on, if you know that a reviewer or the marketing material says that this is a speed boot or it's been assigned by Adidas, Nike, Puma, whoever, to pro athletes who would be considered speed style players, then you can expect a lightweight boot with aggressive traction and a fairly barefoot touch on the ball. So there's not actually any harm in advertising things in certain categories because it gives you a good idea of what you're getting. But the idea that if you play as a winger you need to wear a speed boot or you have to wear a speed boot is completely ridiculous. If you're a winger and you are most comfortable wearing a Copa Mundial, go and wear a Copa Mundial. If that's the touch and feel you want on the ball, then absolutely that's what you should wear. Do you want a barefoot touch on the ball in a lightweight boot? Then go for this. Go for something like this. Pick up a Mercurial. Now, will having a lighter boot actually make you faster? A lot of this is going to be mental. It's going to be up in your head. There isn't a big enough difference between pretty much every boot I have on the table here. Let's show you the boots. So pretty much, no, we're not going to show you the boots. That was going to go horribly wrong. B-roll for the boots. And just the weight aspect doesn't work in every area either. This is a Puma Evo Power, and this is a very, very lightweight boot, but it's certainly not a speed boot, but neither one is really going to make you run any faster. It's it's up in your head. If you think you feel lighter on your feet, if you think you feel more nimble, more on your toes, if you can get a mental advantage out of a lightweight boot, then absolutely go for it. But don't buy a lightweight boot as a winger thinking, oh, I need to be quick, so I need a lightweight boot, if that's not the feel that you want to go for. This applies across the board. So let's get the speed boots out of the way. We've got power boots, the Evo Power, and the Venom line. The Phantom Venom is basically Nike's power boot at the moment. But they have this big striking element. This has a big, clean striking surface, and those are kind of hallmarks of a power boot. But are they going to increase the power on your shot or increase the accuracy of your shot? Well, these two boots would actually claim that. The Phantom Venom is based around the idea that these ridges, the precision power element, will actually help to correct your shot should you hit it off center. And having used the Phantom Venom for a very long time, I can confirm that's absolutely not true. It's a nice big clean striking surface, and the area as a whole, when you do hit it right, feels quite nice, but it's certainly not going to improve your accuracy. This one, the Evo Power, this was actually built around making your shot more powerful. This has some of the best tech around the idea going. The idea being that the boot would bend backwards, so the sole plate would actually bend in the wrong direction to give you natural free range of motion, to give you a better recoil effect and hit the ball with more power. There's a lot of research that went into that. Now, again, having used this boot on many occasions, I can say that I don't feel any power increase when using this boot. This one, I think, has a really nice feedback effect if you do hit a ball really cleanly, but is there a power increase? Not really, but I do love the feeling of this Adapt Light synthetic and this big clean striking surface. So that's my advantage there. I really enjoy striking the ball hard with this boot, and I feel like I can do it over and over again. But am I going to get more power out of a power boot? Not really. So if I'm not getting more power and I'm not getting more accuracy and I'm a striker, do I need to buy a power boot? Absolutely not. If you're a striker and you want to wear a Tiempo Premier, you want to go out and buy some kind of maybe a Copa 19 Plus, it doesn't matter. If that boot fits your feet, if it's a boot that you want to wear and it is comfortable and it's something that makes you feel confident, that is going to have such a bigger impact than any piece of marketing that comes from a company. Another big one that we get is the control boot. So we have Nike's control boot, this is the first gen, the Vision 1, and we have Adidas's control boot, which is the Predator. Now, generally with control boots, they'll have some kind of element on them that will be designed to give you better touch and control on the ball, such as this big pass pad and the grippy sensation that runs around here, and of course the demon skin on the Predator. But do you have to be a central midfielder to wear them? Do you have to be Kevin De Bruyne? Do you have to play his position to bust out a pair of Visions? Do you have to be Paul Pogba to roll out in the Predators? Absolutely not. If you are a defender, if you are a striker, if you're a goalkeeper, and you want to go out wearing a pair of Visions, a pair of Predators, because they feel good on your feet, you should absolutely do that. Now, I will not deny that some of this texture that you get on certain boots, it has an impact on your touch and feel on the ball. But is this going to give you a touch like Kevin De Bruyne so that you can play that central midfield role? Absolutely not. If your touch and control, if your technique is poor, there is no boot on earth that's going to help you. So rolling back round and bringing it all together, I am a strong believer that boots by position does not exist. Whatever position you play on the pitch, you should wear a boot that you feel comfortable in and allows you to feel the best you can when you get out on the pitch. I promise you, if you feel better, if your feet feel better in your boots, you'll get more of a performance benefit than you can ever be offered from wearing a boot that's marketed to your position. Now, I will admit, as I said, marketing can play a good role in giving us an idea of what type of boot to expect if we're buying them fairly blind. If you like a barefoot touch, the chances are you'll get it if you buy something marketed as a speed boot. But is a speed boot going to make you faster? Also, absolutely not, unless that lightweight feeling plays into how you feel. And if you feel like in lightweight boots you can move faster, you can make sharper turns, the mental side of the game, then it will help you. And finally, to touch on the boots that pro players wear. If a pro player wears a boot, you have to understand that the chances are the player wears that boot because the company that's sponsoring them has told them to. They are being paid to wear specific boots almost all the time. And it's only the top end players that get more of a say in what they wear. And even then, those top end players have heavily customized versions of what you can go out into the shop and buy. All you've got to do is check out one of my Sergio Aguero or James Rodriguez custom boots that I did in collaboration with BC Boots UK. You can do that by clicking in the corner, and you'll see that they're not getting anything like what you're getting. So if you think you need to play like Sergio Aguero, you don't need his boots, because I tell you, they are crazy. So I think that turned into a little bit of a rant one way or the other, but the takeaway, don't buy boots by position, buy them by your feet, your comfort, and what you want. Well, that's all from this public service announcement from Boot Wizard today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, hit the like button, get subscribed to the channel, and put down in the comments what else you'd like to see me cover. But that's all from me here today. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.